A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome once again to I Found It First Season 3. So, as you probably know by now, there's been a lot of trips I've had, a lot of opportunities I've taken up, but there is one big important part of my life that I might as well share. I once was a temporary resident of the township of Beaverton, Oregon, a suburb of Portland. But the thing is, this wasn't just any trip that I took. It was actually an intercontinental move. A move to the Northwest, where I not only vowed to go there for college, for a job opportunity, but also as a means to have a clean slate in hand. Because with a lot of ups and downs that had gone on, especially after graduating from high school, a lot of things that we basically did, lots of traveling here and there, lots of things that went down, politics, viruses, basically the epitome of modern life. It eventually came to the point in which that I wanted to just chuck everything I knew out the window and start new. Essentially isolate myself from the rest of the community for the rest of my life. And if I was really fortunate, I could have had my entire memory erased and never had to remember any of the most horrible things that humanity could ever possibly do in history. In other words, life sucked! But you know what? I guess you could say, while my move to Oregon might have failed, not even lasting a month, there are indubitably a lot of clips that I might as well share. I'll start off first by going through all the clips that I made on the ride to Oregon. Yeah, I didn't bother driving because I didn't even have Easy Pass or anything to cross through the borders. So instead, I took Amtrak's Empire Builder all the way to Oregon itself. And these are the clips of which that I made during that time on the ride there. Yep, the date at which that these clips were recorded in were no joke. Coming to the end of one of the most absolutely disgusting, horrid, and atrocious parts of a life of any kind, it really does make you wonder. The worst of the worst might not even be the worst. But as we know, things actually made a drastic improvement. A certain thing that happened between 2020 and 2022 is something that I really vowed to never put together. But while I am in and out of censorship of the whole thing, I'm not even going to say that word. That starts with a C and ends with a G. Ugh. What I am going to say, however, is that this ain't the end. With the next episode of I Found It First, I do plan on showcasing the rest. With all the things that I had done throughout my time spent in Beaverton, several more clips were put together, along with some photos. And while Beaverton was a place that I had once lived in, it wasn't for very long. Again, the whole thing failed before I even had a chance to truly break through and discover the path that I wanted to take in my life. Anyways, next time on I Found It First, you'll be seeing the rest of Beaverton in a nutshell.